Stubbs became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Leonard Williams has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Cobra Jake became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
CNL became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Jimmy 16 Cooper has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Jules Salai became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Cobby Duncan has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Bengt Trotberger has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Dennis Matheson has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Chujnuk has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Ron Anderson became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Luke Petrich has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Gary Lynch has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Easy Rhino 58 has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Jason Clark has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Peter Oates became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Flamingeron became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Stephen Gale became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Kieran Burke became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Rivet 41 Red became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Mike has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Arab_ Ovation has just boarded the plane.
Hey guys, how's it going? Just getting started here. Just get everything sorted. Is everybody ready for a fighting fantasy adventure? I know I am. I cannot wait. Got me drink here. Oh, just spilled it. Appointment with fear, guys. You have got an appointment with fear. Eh? Hey, Matt G, how's it going? Happy New Year! Merry New Year! Yes, this is the first one of 2024. Oh, yeah. Just realised that. Thank you. Let's do this, shall we? So, before we start, I want to thank off first everybody. Does it still say 2023? I put 2024, I did. Oh, it does say 2023. That's a good shout. Thank you for that. I did actually change that to 2024, but I don't know why it says that. So I have changed it in the back end, but I don't know if that's going to reflect the video until it's published We shall see. It does actually change. There you go. It has changed. So, thank you for that. Matt G just being nitpicky. Mate, no, that's honestly, that's the kind of thing I look for, guys. I really do mean that. I need that, guys. Welcome in. Hello, adventurers. Let's do it, yeah? 2024, here we are. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Man, this is it. Spelsing. Hang on, how come the alert didn't go off just then? That's a bit weird. Spelsing just joined as a member for 9 months. It hasn't actually been registered though in Stream Elements. That's weird. I have him on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. I haven't paused alerts. That's paused. That's unpaused. Maybe it'll kick in a bit. I don't know. But thank you. Or was that just a... was you just highlighting that you had that? I like your Transformers logo, by the way. How's it going, Matt G? Spelsing, Rhymester, how's it going, guys? Are you ready for this? I am ready. I cannot wait. And I want to apologize, by the way, for last week. I was not stream ready. Okay, I'd stayed up late. I hadn't got enough sleep, and I didn't want to do it like sort of, "Hi guys, welcome to the adventure. Should we do this?" I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be me, and it is me today. Hello. So I haven't played this one much. The cover turned me off. Do you know what? The cover is so nothing like the book. The cover, right, is so weirdly like not what the story. Obviously, this is the baddie of the story. And do you know what he reminds me of, guys? Has anybody ever seen that film James Cameron wanted to make? What was it called now? The robot girl. Battle Angel. Has anybody ever seen that? I think it's Battle Angel. Something like that. And Edward Norton's the villain at the very end. He looks exactly like this. Like, that film reminds me kind of a bit like this. This is basically Shazam, the book, basically, isn't it? So, you dabbled in this book back in the 80s. I have the PC playable version. Is that on Steam? I think I've got that. I haven't explored it fully, so you're looking forward to this. Hey, Tony, how's it going, mates? Tony and Ethan are watching in. 2 for 1. Hey, that's pretty cool. New Year Transformer logo, Spelsing says. Look at that. I do like that, mate. I do love the retro Transformer logo. Let's see if we get a Decepticon in here, you know. You wonder what exactly was the motivation behind Mr. Jackson to deviate from the usual Fighting Fantasy sword and sorcery science fiction model, take a stab at a one-off superhero mission. Well, Steve Jackson, like, his first solo effort brought magic into Fighting Fantasy with the Citadel of Chaos. And then after that, what was his next adventure? Like, solo adventure. He's always done something new and fresh when he's done these books. Starship Traveler was his next one, and that was set in space, science fiction, basically Star Trek. What's it called? The House of Hell, not the creature from the Black Lagoon, the creature of havoc. Like, each story he does is completely nothing like the previous, or to be honest, I don't think ever since. Like, every one of his books are unique. And well written, and this is no exception. So, if anything, he's probably sitting there thinking, "What haven't I done? What can I do?" You know. This is basically a really, really good book. I really think this is good. It's a Dr. No from James Bold. Yeah, all his books are different, Spelsing. Exactly right. It's great, and the series is pepped with deviations from the standard resurrected warlock and his army of uglies want their revenge on Alancia, and only you can stop their storyline. Right, we're going to get to this in a second, guys. I want to show you something, actually, that I was... a Christmas present, basically, that I was given. And this is something that I've been wanting to make for ever since we started this, because one thing I've been using to roll the dice in, guys, this is the tub that I usually roll the dice in, right? Which, you know, it's very slippy and slidey. Although the advantage is you can see that through it. Like, you can see the numbers. If I wanted to show you what we rolled, I could easily do that, you know, because it's a plastic see-through tub. But I've always wanted, like, one that's got an inlining surrounded by wood or something, like a real nice proper place to roll the dice. And obviously, eventually, as the channel grows, have a camera pointed down on the dice roll, so you guys see exactly what I roll instead of having to trust me in that. So, you like Wargaming Dad, welcome in, guys. All the OGs are here. But I was given this for a Christmas present, and I gotta say, I think it was one of my favorite Christmas presents I've received, and one of my favorite ones in a long time. But look, check this out. What are they? Are they eyeballs? Hi, welcome to Fighting Fantasy. No, they're not. They are battle arenas. 2 of them. 2 battle arenas, a green and a brown. And I quite like the green one. And we're going to use... I love the brown leather, though. This reminds me of my grandmother's AC Doocy game. Like, the brown on that is really nice. And it's like sand, isn't it? So we're going to use this green one. I love the felt inlining, you know. And basically, yeah. Oh, did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that. Listen to this. Ah, I have a feeling this could be our turning point of luck. We shall see how it favors. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'll be rolling there. So that's the new dice rolling kingdom right there, guys. So love it. Absolutely love it. Any ice cream still in that tub? It does look like an ice cream tub, doesn't it? Yeah. Electronic drum heads. Yeah, they do actually, don't they? Yeah, basically. I'm going to try and make a logo dice for Fighting Fantasy and a dice box and 3D print them. Ooh, very nice, Rhymester. Rhymester's always got his hands going on something, hasn't he? I love it, man. I love it. And this year, I'm going to start writing up a book for Fighting Fantasy. And I'm going to start talking to authors and illustrators this year. So, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there with the book. We're going to be there. It's going to be good. Right. We've got to roll for dice, guys. We've got to roll our dice for our hero. Appointment with fear. Tough, courageous, incorruptible champion of law and order. You are the Silver Crusader! Using your superpowers to protect the innocent citizens of teeming Titan City from the evil machines of a host of supervillains. Look at that. So this was illustrated by Declan Considine, and obviously written by Steve Jackson, but look, they've got a mummy on the first one there. This is ace, guys. This is one of my favorite books as well. Right, for skill, there is a system here where it's just roll 1 die and add 6. We got a 2. So our skill is 8, guys. I really recommend you write down these and track along with us, because you never know when you might need to recall on information. And you might be pointing something that I might have forgotten. So for the stamina, we throw 2 and add 12. So we rolled a 7 and add 12 to 7 is 19. So that's pretty that's better than average. It's okay. So far, skill and stamina are kind of ratioed out nicely, you know. And then of course for luck we just roll the 1 and it says add 6. So we rolled a 3. So we have a luck of 9, guys. So there we go. Skill of 8, stamina of 19, and luck of 9. Guys, welcome to 2024. Now, you're probably wondering, where are all the Fighting Fantasy previous gone? Okay? Sadly, in a new year, it resets. Okay? So the live channel for the playlist of these videos is basically now empty with just this one, or it should be anyway. It's just got this one in it, and it says 2024 Fighting Fantasy Live. This was the 2023 Fighting Fantasy Live playlist channel. I've just renamed it to 2024, so the 2023 one no longer exists. If you wish to still see the videos that we've previously done last year, they are available now to my members. So if you've joined as a member, you can watch the entire archive of past streams that we've done at your leisure. They're made available exclusively to the members as a thank you for joining as a member, because your membership really goes directly to me and helps support this to make it into its own channel. Because once I have enough people, you know, in Fighting Fantasy, I'm going to expand it to its own YouTube channel and shift all the content over there, meaning the Adam J. Pestridge channel will be just Flight Sim, and then we'll have our own. But I kind of feel it's pointless to do that until there's enough people to do it with. So everybody who's joined as a member, thank you so much. If you haven't joined as a member and you want to, there is a join button just below. Click that, choose an option, and done. It's done. And you'll get a big shout out as well, and a thank you and all that. So which superpower do you think we shall order? Well, in the book, in the adventure sheet, I don't know, I haven't gotten to that point now where I read it, but in the adventure sheet, it's actually written out where there's already a few chosen ones here. So I've written these 4 down as if we have them, but I don't know if we're meant to be choosing one of those. So let's find out, shall we? If you're new to watching this, we've tweaked the battles where you don't just -2 off your stamina for when you lose a round in a battle. It's the dice roll difference that you lose. So it makes it a bit more interesting. Battles go a little bit quicker, and we've thrown in a couple of modifiers where if anybody rolls a double 1, it's an instant death for themselves, and if anybody rolls a double 6, it's an instant kill for whoever they're fighting. So that can happen to our opponents and us, and it's just another layer of surprise to these books, which have been around for over 20 years, and we know them through and through. We've still got a new element of surprise, fresh, that, you know, we could die any moment. It's not a guarantee just because you know the way, you still could die. So hero points is a thing we have to consider as well, and I believe you have to collect clues along the way. As you defeat supervillains and solve crimes, you will be awarded hero points. So eventually we'll get our Freddy stance with our fist in the air if we get all our hero points. You record them on your adventure sheets. Hero points have nothing to do with your main objective, which is to locate the secret fear meeting and capture Vladimir Otoshki, the titanium cyborg. Okay? Hero points are a measure of how successful you've been in your adventure. Each time you go through the book, record your hero point score and compare each adventure with previous ones. Well, we're only doing it the once, mate. As you will find, if you try a different superpower, the solution to the book will be slightly different. So you do have to choose a superpower, guys. We'll do a poll for that. So you can rate your own performances with each of the 4 powers. So he kind of wants you to play this multiple times to find the best one out. Nice thinking there, Steve-O. Whichever superpower you begin the game with, you will have knowledge of 2 clues, which will help you trace and capture Titan City's criminals. Indeed, you will not be able to find some of the villains without knowledge of an appropriate clue. In fact, there are 2 types of clue. Some relate to the villains and their crimes. The ones you start with are of this type. Others relate to the secret fear meeting. Without finding the necessary clues to the meeting, you will never be able to prevent it, with disastrous results for Titan City. So bear in mind that you must find the fear clues, and remember also that when you try the adventure using a different superpower, the fear clues will also be different, and you'll meet different villains. So yeah, we should vote, yeah. So it says here, I mean, actually I've got to read you a bit first before we choose. So yeah, the 4 powers that are written down in the book, you're meant to choose. So let's read this little bit of intro first, and then we'll go choose a power, shall we? And I'll do up a little poll for us to. So you are Jean Lafayette. Are we a woman? Our name is Jean, not Billie Jean. It's Jean Lafayette. The product of a dangerous but successful genetic experiment. Dudes, we are the results of an experimentation. Although seemingly normal as a child, it became apparent in your early teens that you were a far from ordinary human being. This sounds a bit like The Boys, okay, and Homelander. So are we actually Homelander in this story? I hope not. You are gifted with superhuman power. Look at them guns. Which you have sworn to use only for the benefit of your fellow man. This fellow man. As the Silver Crusader, this sounds a bit Homelandery, this does, doesn't it? You are well known to the population of Titan City. Most people admire you. Some distrust you. But all members of the underworld fear you. This is definitely The Boys, okay? This is not Shazam anymore. This is The Boys, and we're Homelander, basically. I am not an animal! Only your parents, who are both now dead. Suspicious circumstances, was it? Eh? Ever knew your real identity and the origins of your power. So only 2 people knew. Well, what about the people who created you? Like, surely they knew as well. I don't know. In the adventures ahead, you will begin with one of 4. So we get to choose one, guys. Let me write these out in a poll while I read this. That'll probably be the best thing. Start a poll. We want 4 options. So I'm just going to quickly dash this in, which power I'm going to put as the question, and then the 4 options which we have to choose from is super strength, not just strength, guys, but super strength. We got psychic powers, guys, so psi power, psychic powers. I knew that was coming, you know what I mean. Enhanced technological skills, which is ETS for short. So we're good with our tools. I get we're a hacker. An energy blast. I will read out what these do in a moment, but I've just started the poll. So choose which one we're going to be using while I read the rest of this, and then I'll read out what they do, and then we'll see who the winner is. So, in the adventures ahead, you will begin with one of the 4. During your daily activities and encounters with disasters and super criminals, you will have 2 objectives. First, you must learn the whereabouts of a secret meeting of FEAR, the Federation of Euro-American Rebels, or FEAR for short, which is due to take place within the next couple of days. This dangerous alliance of master criminals and enemy agents is planning to overthrow the governments of the Western world and establish their own rule. Does this mean it's set on Earth? It sounds kind of earthy, doesn't it? Although it said Titan City, so I don't know. Secondly, you may assess your own performance as a superhero by trying to gain something. I've lost my place. Where? The Western world. Secondly, you may assess your own performance as a superhero by trying to gain as many hero points as possible. HPs, guys. We want to collect these HPs, okay? Before you start your adventure, you may choose which superpower to start with from the 4 in the poll. You will also start the game with knowledge of 2 clues. Following the description of each superpower, you will find instructions on where to find your clues, which are hidden in the text of the adventure. Ooh, bit of Batmaning here. Before you turn to the number 1, choose your superpower, locate, read the clues, enter the information, save the world, become the hero. We are the champions, my friends. Flamin' Heron, welcome in, mates. Adam in chat, am I too late for the appointment with Fear? Mate, we haven't even got started yet. I hope they don't mark me down for tardiness. No, mates, no. You're all good, buddy. You're all good. We're about to choose our superpower. I'll just read out what the 4 do, and then we'll choose which ones. There's a poll going on above somewhere. I think it's there. So with super strength, which is, I mean, it sounds obvious. It says you have the strength of many men. The muscles of your immensely powerful legs and arms bulge through the fabric of your costume. They are developed to the point of perfection, and in combat situations, you always fight with a skill of 13. Dudes, we got a skill of 8, so that might come in handy. You will also have the power to fly through the air at any speed you wish. This allows you to hover unsupported above the ground or chase and catch up with the fastest jets. Guys, that could be a good one, that could. Innit? A bulging muscle is always good. Empire, he's here, up the PPP. Guy, Empire, choose a power. Do you want super strength, mate? Or do you want psychic powers? You have extraordinary mental abilities. You are able to reach into the thoughts of most other humans and some animals and read their minds and influence them. Look at my eyes, look at my eyes, now around my eyes, look at my eyes, now you're under. Tell me what you know. And back. Like basically, innit? You also have limited powers to make objectives more mentally. Move mentally. So you can move it, you can do magneto on it. And even to change the very nature of some elements. Woo. However, using this power, it takes a lot out of you. So each time you use your psychic power, you have to lose 2 stamina points. Guys, it doesn't say in the adventure sheet about anything about meals. So I don't know how to recover stamina once we lose it. So, you know what I'm saying? Why not the strength of many, many women? This book, mate, was written in the 80s. Men rules, innit? I mean, it should just say many humans, really. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose because I think we're a man in this, it kind of would be weird to say many women if you're a man, wouldn't it? Like, if you're a man, you want the strength of many men, because I'm a man myself. Not being sexist, but just being, with the 2 genders we have on Earth. Yeah? You know what I mean? Because it could be like the 10 strength of many gender fluid people. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know what? Makes no difference to me. Humans. That's all it reads. That's all I read it as. The many humans, so there we go. These are not the droids you were looking for. Guys, if you ever feel like you're flagging behind, refresh the stream. Okay, so that's psychic powers, guys. Now, enhanced technological skill kind of sounds like a hacker. ETS for short. Your considerable intelligence, okay, has allowed you to develop a whole collection of high-tech gadgetry. We got loads of toys, basically. Thou advanced microcircuitry designs, you've been able to miniaturize most of these gadgets so that they will fit conveniently into a special accessory belt worn around your waist, Batman style. Whatever your situation, you're usually fortunate enough to have something appropriate to use. However, you have avoided developing weaponry in case any weapon you develop should ever fall into the wrong hands and be used by the criminal element to wreak untold havoc. So, that could be good, maybe? Hey, I'm in a situation, the utility belt saves me. Kind of like Iron Man, Who knows? Gone Hollow Media, welcome. You're looking forward to playing this one. Yes. That's the spirit, mate. That's what we want. And the final one, guys, there is a poll. If you're just coming in, there is a poll. Which superpower will we choose? Rate in the poll. And the last and final superpower that we can choose from, Energy Blast. You are able to summon up electrostatic energy from within your own body and channel it out through your fingertips. Bzz, 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 bzz. You can aim these energy bolts at adversaries, objects, dates, and control is such that you know before you aim how much force will be needed to deal with them. You have taken a personal oath, though, that you will only stun any human target, no matter how villainous your opponent. You will only stun any human target, no matter how villainous your opponent may be. So animals we don't touch, okay? When using Energy Blast, you need only determine whether or not your aim is true. If you hit a human opponent, the effect will be an automatic stun. Test your aim by rolling 2 dice. If your result is equal to or less than your skill score, the bolt has hit. If the result is higher, we have 8, then you've missed, and it's a shit out, basically. Sometimes you'll not be able to use the second bolt, so this one's got kind of restrictions, I'm getting the feeling. And it only does 2 points of damage to them, so I know what I'd choose, guys. But let's see what you guys would choose, yeah? We're going to read the background, but we're going to find out what is our super strength. What is our superpower? Okay, so I'm going to end the poll, and we're going to see what the results are. And survey says 62% super strength. We got big muscles, guys. Big guns. Okay, definitely the Silver Age of comics. Now everything is on the table, and no one is safe. Right, guys. Super strength. So we get 2 clues. So the first clue is given to us, but when we get to choose what the second clue will be out of 3. So it says here, turn to this reference to hear the clue. Are you ready for the clue, guys? The Scarlet Prankster, a fun-loving criminal who delights in playing practical jokes on his unsuspecting victims, has found a new home, and one most befitting his sense of humor. When you are in the vicinity of his residence, you are given the opportunity to look after him. Subtract 50 from the reference you were on at the time and turn to this new reference to find him. So there's a dude, okay, that we can look after, a sidekick, and when we get to his house, whoever he is, we remove 50 and we go find him. Okay, it's the Scarlet Prankster. Okay, so I'll make a reference under the clues section. Scarlet Prankster, and it's minus 50 from the thingy, whatever. So that's the first clue, guys. Is it a clue? It sounds like a hassle because it's a sidekick we have to look after. I'm expecting some ruthless insta-kills. Steve Jackson, mate. Definitely. Okay, so the third, guys, is going to be... It's going to have to be another poll, to be honest. I'm just going to put 3 numbers, guys, in these boxes. I'm not even going to give it a title. There's 3 numbers here that we can choose from, okay? In order to find out the second clue, okay? But whilst I read out the background to the story, I want you guys to choose that second clue, please. And you choose, but it's one of those 3 numbers, okay? So rate in the poll again, last poll for a while, for what the second clue will be, okay? And I'll read the background, and then afterwards we'll find out what that clue is, yeah? You always felt Livingston had the obsession with instant deaths. Do you know what? Ian Livingstone wrote really good books in terms of the writing. Steve Jackson, you know, good writing as well. But Ian Livingstone books are, you know what to expect. It's an adventure with a mission at an end goal. It's defeat the villain. It's be the hero. It's a standard, like, by the numbers book that is well written and very interesting. Whereas Steve Jackson just brings in these new elements to the genre that make it the next level, you know? Both great writers, just one has new elements they bring in, whereas another one kind of perfects a template, you know? That's just my opinion, though. Yeah. The time of your birth was an anxious moment for your parents and their doctors. Your mother had consented to undergo an experimental form of genetic surgery. What kind of mother is this? Yeah, experiment on this one, if you want. This is my first fruit of my loom. And go for it, guys, innit? The doctors had warned her of the dangers of radiation experiments. Their research program was nowhere near complete, and yet she agreed. Do you know what? I'm guessing Mom didn't like us, guys. I'm guessing Mom really did not want to be pregnant with us and just thought, yeah, just experiment, do whatever you want with it. Just go for it. Well, our shit isn't complete yet. We haven't perfected. Don't matter. Just go for it, guys. Do what you have to do. Innit? Like, man, this sounds very strange. But this she already knew. For herself, she was one of the researchers. She was on the team. That's how she met Dad, innit? Hey? Mom and Dad in the laboratory doing the research. A hand touches a keyboard, but another hand by mistake, and instant attraction. Before you know it, they're researching each other. The work had reached the stage where progress was impossible without testing it on a human subject. Your father had not fully understood the implications when he gave his consent. Do you know what? We got the most stupid parents ever, I'm guessing. And 8 pairs of apprehensive eyes watched your arrival into the world, going, did it work? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Their first reaction was one of relief. You certainly seemed a normal, healthy baby. Postnatal tests showed no physical deformities whatsoever. In fact, you appeared to be a fine specimen. In your younger years, your development was carefully monitored with a seemingly endless series of psychological and physiological tests, all of which you passed with flying colors. Guys, we're the star pupil. The doctors and researchers congratulated themselves. Their experiments were a complete success. Right now, this sounds like a film from the 80s called Daryl. Did anybody ever see that film called Daryl? It was a really good film. I loved it, right? And it was basically that story, I just read, where they created a laboratory boy with a computer brain, and then they put him in a foster home and sort of, let's see what he does type of thing. And he's like an ace. That's the one, Matt G. Daryl. That film is really good. It's funny. It's interesting. The science is good. I mean, it's really a good film. But that's what it sounds like. Okay, so far. However, the experiments have been conducted in a shroud of secrecy. Nobody knows. Had the world known of the risks of the experiment, public outcry would have been overwhelming. It would certainly have put an end to further genetic research. And from your mother's point of view, she had no wish to have the world regard you as an experimental freak. Then why even do it? Only a few knew what had really happened. Over the years, the testing stopped as the doctors felt more and more certain that there was no need to monitor your progress. Well, he looks all right, so we'll leave him be now. As fate would have it, it was just when this testing stopped that it became clear that you were anything but a normal child. Your latent superhuman powers did not show themselves until after the doctors had lost interest. Basically, they lost interest before puberty, I bet. And then as soon as puberty hit, boom, powers. What power have we got? Super strength, haven't we? We got super strength power. Then we started to lift cars and going, is this normal? Guys, you know, I can fly. Is that everybody can do that, can they? There's nothing wrong with this. Your parents, who had become thoroughly fed up with the endless tests, decided that your extraordinary powers must remain a secret from the world. So even the doctors didn't know. That clears it up a bit. They had no wish to have you study as some kind of freak for the rest of your life. So they're like, let's just leave him be. And, you know, maybe nobody will notice his bulging biceps. You have a regular job working in an office of a medium-sized company. Sounds like The Incredibles now, doesn't it? We're Mr. Incredible. That's the one. Data analyzing robot youth life form. Daryl. Aside from our unusually large wank. What? We gave birth to the Scarlet Wankster. What? Where does that come from, guys? Okay. But when duty calls, you become the Silver Crusader. Or the Silver Crusader. Upholder of justice, and you have taken an oath to serve in the fight against crime in Titan City. Apart from your own super abilities, you have one other device to aid you. Your crime watch. Hello, Crime Watch. Sounds like a TV show, though, actually. This neat little device, worn around your wrist, sorry. Random, I was going to say. Receives and broadcasts transmissions to and from your two most important allies. You can be contacted by police headquarters through this... Hang on a second. Stop the clock. Hold the phone. Parents got together with doctors to experiment on the fetus, and they were like, I think we can do it. We did it. He looks normal. He grows up. He is normal. They bugger off. The parents then discover we've got superhuman powers, and they're like, we want to keep it secret. How does it go from that to suddenly we're in with the police with a crime watch? If it's all supposed to be secret and our parents didn't want anybody to know, how come we've got a direct line to the police force and we're known as the Silver Crusader? Like, that don't make any sense. You'll be contacted by police headquarters through this crime watch and can also summon the police to aid you. But we want to keep it secret. In addition, your friend and underworld contact... Oh my god! Right, we want to keep it secret, so we've got an underworld contact called Jerry the Grass. He'll keep it quiet, won't he? Calling Dick Tracy. Yeah, man. Honestly, why suddenly we're friends with somebody called Jerry the Grass? I mean, can we trust this guy? He's called Jerry the Grass. Hey, Jerry, guess what, mate? Don't tell anybody, but I got superhuman powers, mate. Okay? I can fly, and I got a direct contact with the police. Shh, keep it under wraps, though, mate. All right? Like, you got to step out for a bit, Matt G. No worries. Keep the story going till I get back. Mate, honestly. Oh, my life. Jerry the Grass is able to warn you of impending crimes through the Crime Watch. So he's in our contact list. He's a grass. What can we do? Jerry the Grass has recently become aware of an important meeting about to take place within the next few days. Vladimir Utoshki, the leader of FEAR, which is the Federation of Euro-American Rebels, for anybody who doesn't know, has been summoning his aides in crime to meet in Titan City. Utoshki, also known as the Titanium Cyborg, is a supervillain whose field of expertise is the electronic enhancement of human abilities. Did this dude work for a group of scientists when we were born? Because it kind of sounds like he's got the same goal as those doctors. He is part man, part machine, and very dangerous. Don't put him on the high setting. Jerry DeGrasse has not yet found out where or when the meeting is due, but one thing is for certain, our secret's out now. Jerry DeGrasse will tell everybody. Its purpose is to finalize plans for a scheme which would mean disaster for the Western world. The meeting must be stopped, because that'll stop the plans, surely. You must find out where and when this meeting is due to take place and prevent it at all costs, okay? So pressure is taken off there. Right, guys, let's end this poll. Let's find out what's the value. 280 is the winner, so that's our next clue, guys. 280. Recently, you have learned the true identities of several of the crime world's most notorious supervillains. The Tormentor has been identified as Richard Storm. Hey, Richard Storm? Is that a Fantastic Four reference right there? In an uptown heating, he's an uptown heating engineer. The Ice Queen is none other than Sylvia Frost, Society debutante. And Marcus Belluta is known to be the gruesome Dr. Macabre, whose terrible experiments in surgery have shocked the world. Belluta has been planning a jailbreak for months. When he does so, he is likely to rob a chemist immediately for surgical equipment and chemicals. So, is that a clue? These names? So Richard Storm, let's write this down in the clues, guys. Richard Storm is a baddie, okay? He is the tormentor. So if we can find Richard Storm, that's one done. Sylvia Frost, name is in the title, like, hint, the clue is in the name, is the Ice Queen. How she gets away with that in her normal life, I don't know. And then Marcus Belluta. Marcus Belluta. Hey, forget about it. He's Dr. Macabre. I'm guessing that we can track the human version of these guys down. Maybe, who knows? So those are our clues, guys. I don't know what to say about that, really. F's in the chat when you're ready for me to begin, guys. We got a picture here. Hey, it's New York City at its finest. Oh, it's an average day as people walk the streets and throw away rubbish. Oh, I love a glass of orange cordial. Right then, here we go, guys. We're walking down the street. 10 blocks to work in the morning. You can't help but get the feeling that something ain't quite right. You stop by a telephone booth to consider what it could be. The sounds of the city are the usual 8 a.m. cacophony. Cars and buses bounce past. So, I mean, I haven't actually got a city. Guys, I haven't got a city sound. Have to be early morning then. Just the early morning chirp of the birds. That's all it'll have to be. Can you guys even hear that? We're walking down the street with birds chirping. Cars and buses bounce along Clark Street. Their drivers too sleepy even to try to avoid the pits and bumps in the road. A newspaper vendor bawls an incomprehensible headline, something about a robbery at the crowds of men and women milling past him on their ways to work. Overhead in the sky, the rhythmic beating of a traffic copter's blades fades into the distance. An argument is taking place between an elderly businessman and an overlarge woman with the untrained dog whose sidewalk deposits have offended the businessman. There is nothing unusual, or is there? Eh? Hey, don't do the shit on the floor. The difference is barely perceptible, but there is a distinct air of tension in the streets. There are nervous twitches in the eyes of the passers-by. The cars are accelerating and braking in a jittery manner, things like that. To your heightened senses, the atmosphere is pregnant. It's a weird description for it, isn't it? Today will not just be any other day. Your thoughts are broken with the high-pitched wailing of a police siren. Woo, 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 woo! That's not the police siren, that's just somebody, woo, woo, walking down the street in a happy stance. A yellow and black Cougar GS screeches round the corner and leaps ahead through the Clark Street traffic before swinging left there into Audubon Park. Behind it, the traffic settles back into its regular flow. Your attention drifts back to an argument. A small crowd has built up around the man and woman. Raised voices are taking one side or the other, and the situation is beginning to look nasty. It's getting bad now, guys. You're not delivering that baby. Right, what do you want to do, guys? Whoever says it first, or if you're a member, you get to use your highlight a message, and you will get chosen first. You can either go over and see if you can break up this argument. You can run after the police car into the park. You can buy a newspaper to find out about the robbery. Or you can just ignore all this and go to work. What do you want to do, guys? What shall we do? Check the newspaper stand, Spelsing says. Let's buy a newspaper and find out about the robbery, guys. Let's do some investigating. We're Batman after all, pretty much. You look at the newspaper. Under the headline, Alchemists in Cleveland, definitely planet Earth. The story describes how the notorious gang of chemical experts entered a branch of the Cleveland Bank on 113th Street at 4 a.m. bypassed the alarm, locked the security guard in the vault on a time switch, and made off with a number of safe deposit boxes. This sounds like GTA 5. Although it was impossible to tell how much was taken in the raid, claims from the owners of the deposit boxes are now coming in. Apart from cash, many valuable papers had been stolen. Do you want to investigate the robbery as the Silver Crusader, or will you see what else is in the paper? Shall we read on in the paper, or shall we strap on our Silver Crusader badge and go for it? What do you want to do, guys? This is Appointment with Fear. Ooh. Read on. Let's go for it. So we're going to now check out the personal column of the paper, okay? Because we're looking for a date, maybe. You find an interesting snippet which reads, Richard Storm, all is forgiven. What's he done, naughty boy? Whoa, what happened then? Screen just flicked. Is everything okay with the stream, guys? Refresh the screen if you think you're behind, but I don't know. I feel like something went wrong there. Is there a Lonely Hearts page? Yeah, maybe. I think everything's okay. Alright, I don't know. All is forgiven. How was I to know she was a private nurse? What the hell's going on with Richard Storm? What is this all about? If you now want to proceed to the bank as the Silver Crusader, or would you rather go to work? Should we go check out the bank as the Silver Crusader? Or, yeah, Richard Storm, innit? Ah, we know he's a naughty boy. So, he's, I don't know why he's in the personal ads. Somebody's saying, all is forgiven, Richard Storm. So, do you want to go to work? Oh, wait, no, sorry, it says here, how was I to know she was a private nurse? Phone me on 555-9999. Love, Susan. Susan Storm? Richard Storm? Guys, come on. This is a blatant knock at Fantastic Four, isn't it? Check that bank, methinks. Yeah. Shall we go to the bank as Silver Crusader? Is that what we're all saying, guys? Should we crusade this up a bit? I feel like I'm not sitting right on this chair. Ugh. There we go, that's better. Are we going to the bank? How many seconds? 1. Honestly, it goes in succession. I see it here, I see it there, and then I see it over there. That's so weird. Cheating on Mr. Fantastic, eh? How was I to know she was a nurse? Right. Are we going to the bank, guys? Is that what we're saying? I need definite yes. Bank as Silver Crusader, or we go to work as ourselves. Bank it. Right, let's go to the bank. Let's break open the cape. The police and bank officials fall silent as you step through the door of the bank in your gear. Like that. Hey, Silver Crusader here, man. We're going to solve this case. Do you wish to interrogate the branch manager of the bank? Or the chief detective investigating the case? We can go speak to him. Or the security guard, who's probably tied up. So there's 3 options there. We can go talk to the branch manager, we can go talk to the detective in charge, or we can go talk to the security guard. Which one of those? Hey, Jacko, how's it going, mates? Jacko just comes in going, yes. Like, I don't know if he knows what he's saying yes to. So, which one who are we going to go speak to first? We're the Silver Crusader, yeah? We've got a cloak. I mean, we look like this dude here, basically. That's us. Silver Crusader. We walk in. What is going on here? I will solve this by lunchtime. I need to speak to a couple of people. Who shall I speak to first? Mates. I was about to say babe then. Jackmate Empire beat you into it here first, by the way. Gotta go speak to the detective in charge. The chief detective investigating the case. We're gonna stroll up to him, and we are gonna say, "Yo, what's happening, my man?" He is contemptuous about superheroes. He hates them. In his eyes, fighting crime is a job for the police, not for what he calls amateur detectives. Nevertheless, you do find some information about the event. The alchemists, masters of advanced chemistry, had neutralized the alarm with some sort of acidic gas, which delayed it being activated as they forced their way in. Another unknown compound has dissolved the security lock on the main door, and while the security guard had not noticed the intruders was still a mystery, which would only be solved when the time lock released him from the vault. But now he assures you that the situation is well under control in his hands. There is no need for any amateur and fancy pants to get involved. Should we laser his butt? Should we just grip him and rip him? Yo, have some respect, man, for the superheroes. We're trying to do a job. Punish his attitude with our super strength. There you go. See, Smelsing's on board. Just before we're about to leave, you talk to one of the police officers who lives near Starker's Beach. Starker. Is that a nudist beach by any chance? There are reports of the sighting of a giant shark, should be called Sharker's Beach, just off the beach, and would be grateful if you would investigate it. He wants us going off looking at fish now. Oh, that's what the deep is for. Ask the deep to go sort that out. He's the fish man. He has 2 children who swim every weekend, and he's worried about their safety. Well, how about maybe telling them not to go swimming until the shark's gone? You know? You tell him that you'll look into it. So, yeah, I'll check it out, mate. Don't worry. Do we want to go to the beach straight away, or just not? He's telling us about the Shark Beach. Should we go and sort it out, or should we just yeah, whatever's, and then tell him whatever? Tell him his kids he can go to hell. Yo, mate, sort your kids out, man. You know, I got jobs to do. I got, for fishy activities. The sharks, mate, they're here in the world. We have to live with it. I'm after super villains, not super fish, okay? It seems superficial to me. So, are we going to go to the beach or not? What should we do, guys? Yeah, I drank all my coffee. I have an appointment with Fear and I cannot be late. I'm a superhero, not a babysitter. So I'm going to guess that we're not going to go to the beach by the sounds of it. Guys, are we going to the beach? Get to the chopper! Are we going to the beach or are we going to ignore this guy? Ignore the beach, too many nudists. Yeah. So, yeah, we're not going to go to the nudist colony. Let's go to work instead, I guess. So, as you leave the bank, you hear a bleeping coming from your wrist. I wonder who it is. Your crime watch is receiving a message from Jerry DeGrasse. The electronic voice speaks 2 words. Parker Airport. Do you want to head straight to the airport? Or, on the other hand, you still haven't finished with the alchemists. You may be heading somewhere else. If this is the case, deduct the avenue number from the street number and turn to this reference. What? Guys, I don't even remember what the avenue number is from... Does anybody know what that number is? Rhymester, you keep quiet because you probably know. You got the map probably out, mate. Are we going to go to the airport or are we going to sort of continue with the bank thing? What do you reckon? Parker Airport, yes, let's go. Okay, let's go to Parker Airport then. I mean, to be honest, it probably is for the best because this detective wasn't too happy with us sticking our nose in. So it seems like he's got this one. We'll leave him. Oh my god. For the flight sim enthusiasts, there is a picture of inside a flight deck. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. Like, check it out. I mean, I can't make out what type of plane that is. It kind of looks like an Airbus. I'm gonna say yes, that is an Airbus plane. Check it out, though. I mean, I like the picture here. Look at that. He looks worried. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? For the flight sim enthusiasts. Anyway. We arrive at Parker Airport. So, like, this book is a homage to Marvel Comics, isn't it? Because Peter Parker Airport, like, might as well call it, you know what I mean? Better than the Microsoft textures. You've got, honestly, this is filled with references to Marvel, isn't it? It should be called Appointment with Marvel, if anything. So we get to Peter Parker Airport. We ask the nearest security guard whether anything is happening. The Silver Crusader, he gasps. Thank goodness you're here. Follow me. I'll take you to the control tower. You follow him up to the control tower where you find the place buzzing with activity. The air traffic controller greets you nervously. Have you heard? No? The police are on their way. Some guy calling himself the Tormentor has hijacked... It's a DC-10. It's a DC-10. Has hijacked a DC-10 full of passengers to London. He's mad. No. Demands. He hasn't made any demands. Nothing. Says he'll crash the plane and blames it on Susan. We don't know what to do. He's a complete nutter. Is there anything you can do, Silver Crusader? Is there anything you can do? Does Susan mean anything to us? I mean, we saw her name in the paper, but... Oh, no, that's Sylvia Frost. It's not Sue. A lot of superhero references. Yeah. So, what should we do, guys? We can use our powers of super strength on this one, or we cannot. What should we do, guys? He's stealing a plane. It's a DC-10. He's off. We're in a control tower. I have not prepped for this at all. I got no sounds of a city, no sounds of air traffic control. Oh, hang on. I might have some air traffic control. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find some air traffic control here. Yes. I have got some sounds of air traffic control, guys. Here we go. Air traffic control coming in. I don't... Oh, that just says 5. That's no help.
Due to weather.
Yeah, I mean, I could just play random pieces of this, but that's not going to really... I need a full-on... ATC, there we go. ATC, guys! There you go, guys. There's your ATC. Hang on, they're speaking French here. We need America. We need more American-y. There you go. How's that for realism, guys? We're in a control tower. Do we have Susan's phone number? We do. Well, 555-9999. What shall we do, guys? You guys are just listening to these sounds, are you? Sounds like Empire kicking. So the options are, if Susan means anything to us, we turn to that page. We can use our super strength for the DC-10 hijack, or we can do something else, but it doesn't say what. There's your 3 options, guys. Roger, roger. What should we do, guys? Do something else. Okay. We're going to do something else. Okay. See what that says. There is only one thing you can do from the ground. You can step up to the radio and try to convince the tormentor of the folly of his ways. The madman gloats at your miserable pleas, but from the tone of his voice, you can tell that he is impressed. Roll 2 dice. Roll 2 dice in our new arena. I rolled a 12! Double sixes! Dudes, that is well greater than our skill, so we've balls that one up. And the tower goes quiet, guys. The tower goes quiet. Add Susan's number, maybe. I don't know. You seem to be getting through to the demented maniac, guys. I would have. This is basically what's happened here, right? This is what's happening, guys. Check this out. You'll love this. You'll love this, guys. Okay. So this is what's happened. We've gotten. Oh, I need to mute it. Yeah, we've gotten on the tap. You know, this is basically what's happening. Okay. What you hear is what's happening in this scene.
Mayday! Mayday! This is World Travel 731. Repeat, this is World Travel 731. I've got a big bird coming in fast and hot. I've got to put this baby on the ground. Repeat, I've got to put this baby on the ground.
DC-10's being stolen. Not he's got to put it on the ground.
What's your position? Heading 250, speed 200 knots. My whole life is flashing before
Is our skill not 13? No, that's only when in battle. It's not. Hang on, let me make that clear.
Roger that.
Let me go back and find out. In combat situations, you fight with 13. So our skill is still 8, but in combat, it's 13. I better make a note of that. 13. So, yeah. So that's basically what that is. That's kicking off, you know, in the air there. Okay, so we try a different tactic because you know we messed it up. Telling him to think of his wife or his girlfriend. Yo, mate, think of the missus. Will she want you to do this? And how she will feel if you actually crash this plane? Because you can't fly. You haven't flown in a flight sim yet, have you? You can't fly a plane, mate. His anger rises and he switches off the radio, and you watch despairingly as the plane lurches in the air and plummets down towards the edge of the landing field. He's going to try a Pestridge landing, guys. Helplessly, you watch the plane crash into the ground. Oops. Oops. Maybe phone a professional next time, guys. I'm just a Silver Crusader. Oh, there will be no survivors. Guys, NTSB call out. Someone's just smashed a plane into the ground after speaking to us. We were the last person he spoke to. I'm not saying it's our fault, but we need to get the hell out of here. You leave the airport and head home before the cops arrive. What a day we've had. We haven't even made it to work, guys. You slump into a chair in front of the TV and relax with a long, cold drink. Guys, it's Miller time. You may add 6 stamina points of rest for the day, which we haven't lost any. But one thing disturbs us, you know? Your boss, Jonah White, eh? Jonah White, our boss. Hey, what is this going? He hasn't even turned up for work today. That's basically our boss. He'll be livid when you turn up. I mean, he does that with a cigar in his mouth, guys. You got to imagine. I've got nothing resembling anything of a cigar except my pen. Hey, he hasn't even turned up for work today. He'll be livid when you turn up for work tomorrow. Mate, we might as well just quit our job. You'll have to invent some pretty convincing excuses. You know, Me hamster got bleached. I can't come into work today, guys. Me hamster's been bleached. You'll have to, I mean, that's pretty inventive, isn't it? I'd say for, you know. The next morning, I feel like this is coming off. The next morning, you set off to work early. Guys, we need to get to work today because our boss, Jonah J. Jameson's going to kick off here. You decide to travel by subway to make sure you get to work on time. But since when has a superhero's life ever been bloody easy? Help! Shouts a voice further up the crowded carriage. Pickpockets! Oh, bloody hell. Just what we need. You force your way through the crowd on the busy train, and as you reach the pickpocketer's victim, that familiar beep beep kicks off on your crime watch. It's the electronic voice speaks. Rad Square, hurry. Oh, man. What? If you're a superhero, there's no point in trying to hold down a job. You just ain't gonna. If anything, you're going to bring attention to the fact that you always phone in sick, you know, after a big thing happens in the city. It's pretty, you know, you should honestly just, like, I don't know, man, start a YouTube channel and get money from that rather than try and hold down a job. What will you do, guys? The train is pulling into a station and you have to change trains immediately if you're going to reach Rad Square quickly. So do we want to go to Rad Square because of our crime watch, or do we want to go and get the pickpocketer? Which one shall we do? Let's nail the pickpocketer. Fair enough. We'll go after Mr. Pickpocket then instead. Rad Square can wait, surely. I mean, you know, I'm sure it's nothing important. You know, it's good. It's either Jerry DeGrasse or the police trying to get us to go. So you rush up to a puny-looking, bespectacled man who is shaking with fright. There, he cries, pointing to a man running up through the next carriage. And there's a picture, guys. Look at him. He's running. There's the nervous Purvis guy, and there's the pickpocketer, and there is another Fantastic Four little. It's an A with a circle, mate. That looks like Fantastic Four. Bozo, another one. Titan City Monodogs. He's stolen my wallet! You race after him. No one else moves. They don't want to get involved. If only you could change into the Silver Surfer and bust that wall. That wouldn't make a difference because you've still got the strength, surely. Even if you're not in the costume of Silver Surfer. Silver Crusader, sorry. Roll 2 dice, it says. I rolled a 4. And that's less than our skill, so we've nailed this one. You gain ground and catch up with the pickpocket. As you grab him, he spins round to face you and he draws out a knife. Or in our case, a spoon. Hey, this wallet's mine. He spins around to face you. You have to fight with him with your bare hands. Shouldn't be too hard. We've got a skill of 13. You cannot risk revealing yourself as the Crusader. So, does that mean we don't get... No, that can't be right. Super strength. In combat situations, you always fight with a skill of 13. I mean, I'm assuming that means even when you're not as the Silver Crusader. Because that's not very clear, Steve. Not very clear, Steve. I think we found a loophole. It's a nod to the Avengers. Oh, yeah. Right, so Pickpocket has a skill of 7, which is like, you know, 6 difference between us and him. So we minus 6 from his dice roll, and he rolls a 10. That's pretty good. So his combat sort of number is 4. We roll a 6. Hell, mate. Honestly, 6, but one of them was a 1. I thought that was it. So the difference between his 4 and our 6 is 2. He loses 2 points of stamina. He's down to 4 because he had 6 stamina. Did everybody follow right? Right, so he was lucky with that first one. Let's see if he's lucky again with the second. he rolls a 6, which becomes a 0. So basically, whatever we roll is pure damage for this dude, and he has a stamina of 4, and we roll an 11. We basically annihilate him. We kill him and his grandchildren. Basically. For a pickpocketer, that's a little bit, like, extreme, I think. Are we really a superhero or a super ego, you know? Yeah, we've literally taught him a lesson. We've completely obliterated him, you know? Try not to kill, just apprehend, so there's no need to reduce to 0, eh? Yeah, we went beyond 0, mates. He's now sitting on like -5, to be honest. So he's definitely dead. You go through the man's pockets to retrieve the wallet, and he's carrying some very peculiar things. No doubt the pickings of his trade. Along with the wallet, you find a cigarette packet. Ooh, that is weird. That's very peculiar, isn't it? Pack of cigarettes. Very peculiar. Which contains a crumpled up bit of paper, probably Rizla, you know, with tobacco inside. So far, nothing out of the ordinary here. A tape cassette and a map. The dude's listening to music while walking the city. Why is that weird? Before handing the pickpocket over to a security guard on the train, you manage to take one of these items from him. So we're going to rob the pickpocketer. Okay, which one do you want to rob, guys? The cigarette packet, the cassette tape, or the map? This makes no sense. We're robbing the robber. And thinking that he's got weird stuff on him, which, to be honest, none of that sounded weird at all. It just sounded normal, didn't it? So, which one, guys? What, Tyson, would you like? Cigarette packet, cassette tape, or a map? Whoa, dropped frames. That's quite a lot. Next, in 2 weeks' time, by the way, guys, that's Rebel Planet is our next one. In 2 weeks' time. This is the difference between live and what you guys are seeing here. Dallas Cowboys! That's what this shirt is. Dallas Cowboys. Don't know if you can see it. What shall we take off this guy, guys? I kind of get the feeling that people are maybe more lurking than listening. Cigarette packet. Cheers, mate. It's done that thing again. So weird. Cigarette packet. We're gonna take the pack of fags because we're desperate for a fix. We're a druggy superhero. You study the cigarette packet. It is an ordinary pack of Carlsbergs, not Marlboros, Carlsbergs. Okay, and it contains no cigarettes. The piece of paper inside makes no sense at all. A few meaningless words strung together. Is it really meaningless, though, or perhaps some kind of code? If it is a code, it means nothing to you unless you have ETS, which we don't. So we can't do that. This will take some time to look at this. Well, we ought to get back to work. So we're going to put it in our pocket and give it some thought later when we're sitting on the toilet. The train stops at Grim Street Station. Sounds fun. And you get off to work. You try to settle into your desk discreetly. No such luck. Lafayette! Get in here at once! No sooner had you stepped through the office door, Jonah White big booming voice summons you. You creep into his office, mumbling scanty excuses for being late. Oh, my goldfish passed away today, mate. You know, enough, he yells. What do you think we're running here? A charity? Well, mate, I would say so, to be honest. Do you suppose I should be grateful that you even grace us with your presence? Very noble of you indeed to even bother coming in at all. Well, I tell you what, I'm feeling kind today. You can have the rest of the day off without pay. And if you're not in the first thing tomorrow morning, you can start looking for another job. Now, Peter, get in here. You slink off out of his office while a photographer walks in with your tail between your legs. Hey. How can you tell him what you've been doing? I mean, it would blow his mind if he really knew, but we can't really blow his mind this morning, can we? So, now we've been suspended for a day without pay. I mean, how will we live? Where will you go with your day? Will you spend the day at... Oh, God! Oh, my life, I'm going to have a head rush. Guys, we can go to Disneyland if you want. Disneyland. Do you guys want to go to Disneyland? Yeah! I want to go to Disneyland. Disneyland, mate. That's what it says. The amusement park. Disneyland. This guy could not get the, rights to anything, could he? Or do you want to go downtown, perhaps to do some shopping? Maybe we'll go pick up a new cloak for ourselves, eh? Go do some window shopping for new attire. Or go spend the day at Disneyland, guys. What should we do, guys? Day off today, isn't it? Spelsing says, can you mimic any movie voice? Yes, I can, Tony. And I can do any voice accent you want. I think so, anyway. Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland, guys. Don't tell me they have, Tricky Mouse there, or Winnipeg Mouse, Ha! Come on in, I bet you any money that there's some knockoff mascot for Disneyland. What do you reckon, guys? Right, Disneyland is swarming with holidaymakers, okay? Enjoying their day out at the amusement park. The smell of candy floss, candy floss, I love that. And hot dogs hangs in the air. A nice dirty hot dog. Ooh, do you know what? I've got some wieners in the cupboard. The hot dogs, I'm not a weirdo. Oh yeah. I haven't got any buns though. Got no buns. I have to go to the shops afterwards. As you stroll about, youngsters clutching stuffed animals run laughingly past you. Screams of delight from roller coaster riders turning through the corkscrew brake through the general hubbub. And you are going to enjoy yourself today, guys. Even if it means we get kicked out of Disneyland for doing it. Which ride do you want to try first, guys? Why are we not searching the city for clues to this meeting? We're sitting here having fun at a... What kind of superhero are we? It'll sort itself out. Let's go have some fun. Innit? We can go on the Big Dipper, okay? Mow, 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 mow. The Big Dipper, yeah? Or the Fun House. It's got fun built into the title. Or the Dodgems. The Dodgems, that's the car, innit, where you drive Dodgems. That's not Dodgeball, is it? So we go into the Big Dipper, Fun House, or the Dodgems, guys. We'll do some Chantilly lace, for anybody who gets that reference. Fun House, it's the way you play the game. Prizes to be won. Yeah, Pat Sharp, Fun House. Definitely. Anybody used to watch that? Funhouse was basically where you trash the room. It was like a house right? With the bedrooms upstairs, you know, and then living room, kitchen, dining room downstairs. Like, massive studio, right? Upstairs, downstairs. And you go in, and it's like supermarket sweep, but you trash the place looking for clues. And it had these two hot twins that Pat Sharp, the host, would always, you know, interject with, which I'm sure they were always a thing. Like, it was actually quite, and his mullet, yeah. It was really fun. Spelsing, mate. How did you, like, the way you played the game? Prizes to be won. Oh, mate, I need to find an audio, because there was a theme tune for that. There was a theme tune. Hang on, let's find this out, guys. I've got to hear it. So I'll type Funhouse Pat Sharp. That should be enough to get the good stuff. In fact, I'll put intro on that as well, guys. Let's see if we can. Here we go. Funhouse theme tune. Here we go, guys. Are you ready for this? It's only 44 seconds. Oh, but there's an opening logo and a closing theme tune. Here we go, guys. This is it. That's not it. That's the commercial. Guys, you ready? This is gonna happen. I just wait for this advert to finish. I wish you could see this, guys, but this is what we're talking about, guys. If you go on the Funhouse, this is what's going to happen. It's crazy! It's Funhouse! It's mate, this sounds fun. Oh, Indigo, wanna play the game? I mean, it's just the Funhouse. There is no video, actually. Oh, shit. It's a real wacky show where anything will go. Guys, that is so ace, honestly. Use your body and your brain if you want to win the game. Yeah, mate, that's basically. So, which one should we go find? Go play on first, guys. The Big Dipper, Funhouse, or Dodgems? Which one do you want to do, guys? I love the old theme song. Grange Hill. Oh, Grange Hill High School, mate. Yeah. Oh, man. Mate, you've got us. What have you done? You've got us on a roll here. Now I need to listen to that because I think I used to like that. I used to watch it, obviously, but I can't remember what the theme tune sounds like, and now you've got me wanting to know. Mate, what have you done to me? Here we go. Grange Hill theme tune from 1990. Guys, it's like 2 minutes long. That can't be right. Really? I don't remember that one, mate. Maybe I stopped watching it by then. That's no. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Maybe it was. That doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't... For some reason, that sounds like that was created recently. Let's see what this one says here. We're going to go to the fun house. Okay, mate. Here we go. This sounds like an old version of it. This can't be right. I don't know. No, I don't remember this one either. It's like a 1960s version, isn't it? No, I don't know about this, mate. It does say Grange Hill, though, as the other one did. But I remember it being like a mix of the two, almost. Do you know what I mean? I don't... There, yeah, now it's beginning to sound like it, yeah. The wow, 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 wow bit is what I don't know. Maybe it was that was maybe the early version of it, but I kind of remember. Oh god, no, this is the one, guys. Who remembers this? I stopped watching TV soaps because this ended. Hey, who remembers this one? Oh. Absolutely loved it. I loved this show. And it's a shame it finished. Yes, FLIGHTSIM, my man. That's exactly what it is. So when they stopped doing this show, I just stopped watching soaps full stop because there was no point, because nothing lived up to this. I loved this show, watching it. It was my favourite show as a kid growing up. Maybe that's why I work in Liverpool now. Anyway, we can't sit here watching bloody this all day. We've got a meeting to find out, guys. We've got to stop this dangerous meeting. So let's go in the fun house and have some fun, guys. You pay your admission charge and enter the fun house. It's a whole lot of fun. There's prizes to be won. You walk along a narrow passageway past Pat Sharp and the twins. And as you turn a dark corner, a luminous skeleton appears in front of you. It's one of the twins. Shrieking wildly, you jump and then laugh, and it's just one of the scares of the funhouse. Further down the passage, your feet stumble on a wobbly floor. Then the walls begin to sway. Suddenly, your foot steps on something and you fall forwards, but this time it's not a wobbly floor. You actually fall through the ground and land on a rubber mat. Russ in a dark pit. It's Pat Sharp's skeleton. Although it's pitch black, you cannot tell. You can tell that you are not alone. Guys, we better feel our way around here then. Another figure touches you. Ooh, careful. And a voice calls out, "Oh, thank God someone else is here." It's a man's voice as well. "Hey, easy boy, easy. I've been here for 2 hours and I can't find a way out. And not only that, someone's nicked me wallet. I'm sure it has been stolen. I don't think this was any accident. My name is Grant Morley, a reporter on the Titan Times. I have been covering an expose to reveal the identity of the Scarlet Prankster. Earlier I met an informant of the Big Wheel who gave me a key to one of the rooms here where he thought I could get some useful information. That key was in my wallet." You consider this situation. We've fallen into a dark pit and this guy is just giving it his whole life story. Yeah. The Scarlet Prankster is a dangerous criminal who delights in grisly practical jokes. You decide to change into the Silver Crusader under the cover of the pitch blackness. Nobody can see. Then the two of you search the walls for a way out. Oh, is that? No, that's a hole, that is. No, that's not a way out. That's just a hole. You find a hidden door which lets you into the main room of the funhouse. Do you have super strength? Yes, we do. How do we know this guy ain't a prankster? Do you know what I mean? It says his name's Grant Morley, but do we believe him? Is he lying to us? Is he the traitor? If you want to check some of the special attractions of the funhouse, guys, you can. Alternately, you may know exactly where you want to look. If this is the case, you will know how to get there, and you can go there now. I don't think we know how to look, guys, so I think we need to check out the special attractions. I mean, it's the only option, guys, unless anybody knows of a different one. But we haven't been given that information. Sorry. And this guy isn't... Hang on, the Scarlet Prankster, isn't that the sidekick dude who we were supposed to hook up with? Who was going to help us? So he's the villain. What? I'm lost. I'm lost with this book. I don't know who I am anymore. Where do you want to begin your investigations? The funhouse's main attractions are buzzing with people, although most are now staring at you with open eyes. Because before they stared at you with closed eyes, like that. We can see you. Now they've opened their eyes. Will you check the rotating room? Whee! You spin me right round, baby, right round. Or the trampolines. We can go check out the trampolines. They're quite fun, aren't they? Or the Hall of Mirrors, where you look at yourself. Okay? We're eminent to help the sidekick, not the prankster. Well, we're meant to. Sorry, we're meant to. He's deleted it. People, I didn't know they had the power to delete their own messages here. I think yeah, minus 50. You think that's where we did the minus 50? Oh, should I have done minus 50 from that point on? So I'm back at that page, by the way. If we want to do the minus 50, now is the time. So do you guys want me to do the minus 50 on the previous page that we did? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So taking 50 away from that page we were on previously takes us to this page, which it reads, and if it makes sense, then it works. It says you fly up towards the central dome of the funhouse. It makes sense. Dudes. Sure enough, your information was correct. High up the wall of the funhouse is a door. You alight outside the door, burst inside, and startle a hunched figure dressed in a colourful jester's costume. He grabs for a piece of paper on the table. Ooh. In front of him, and he tries to stuff it into his mouth. He's like that. He's hungry. He'll eat anything. You manage to stop him eating the paper, but now you must fight him. It's the Scarlet Prankster, guys! Woo! He has a skill of 9 and a stamina of 8. He don't sound tough. So there's a 4 difference between him and us. So he has to minus 4 off his dice roll. Show the prankster our love muscle. Hey, Scarlet, check this out. Okay, so he rolls, because it doesn't say who fights who first. So he rolls an 8, and he loses 4, so he's rolled a 4. So we roll a 6, which is only 2 above his. So he loses 2 points of stamina, so he is now on 6 points of stamina. We got muscles, man. What has he got? He's a prankster. Ha ha. Got ya. And then we smack him one. He rolls a 9, which becomes, when we lose 4, becomes a 5. We roll an 8. He had 5. He loses 3. 3 against 6. He's down to 3 stamina. He rolls a 6 again. Or no, he rolled a 9 before. Losing 4 from 6, he's rolled a 2. We roll an 8. He had a 2. 6, he's dead. We defeat him. Ba-boom. We did it, man. We did it. Scarlet Prankster no more. I thought he was supposed to join us, though. I thought he was supposed to be our sidekick. We killed him. You pick up the piece of paper that he tried to swallow. Oh, it's actually got writing on it. Oh, God, was I meant to keep this? No, it's fine. It's all right. I literally ripped up a piece of paper that had writing on it. And I was like, it's all right. It bears the emblem of fear. Smells like fear. I love a bit of fear in the morning. Love the smell of fear in the morning. The message is short, and it says, do not forget. Do not forget what? The meeting starts at 9 a.m. That's what it says. Don't forget, meeting starts at 9 a.m. Guys, we know, we have a clue for the meeting. It's 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on what day? It just says that. Meeting starts at 9 a.m. Unfortunately, it has no more information. But this time could be useful to you. 9 a.m. We know when. We just don't know what day or where. You carry the Scarlet Prankster down to the ground and hand him over to the police. You may add 3 hero points. Guys, that's the first time it's talked about hero points for capturing him. Hero! I have the power! Paper sniffing superhero. We messed him up. Good dice rolling. Yeah, honestly, do you know what it is? It's the Crimbo present that's done it. It's given us powers. So, where are you heading as you leave Disneyland? Will you make your way downtown to do some shopping? or go home. If you decide to go home, you may either want to rest. Yeah, so what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to go home or do we want to go do some shopping? What shall we do? First off, should we go home or we should go do some shopping? We've had our fun at Disneyland. It's home time. Rest indeed. Okay, well, you've got another choice here, guys. So we get 6 stamina points for going home, but we don't need them. Okay, but it says if you wish to sacrifice stamina gain, which we don't need, and spend the evening at the theatre, you can get a ticket for tonight's performance of Rats. Not cats, Rats. You know? I bet it's going to have a song like Memory, isn't it? It's called Rats. What would be the Rats version of Memory? Forgetful. All I remember is forgetful. Something like that. Yeah, we can go to the theatre, guys, or we can go home. What do you want to do? Should we go out for the theatre? I mean, I quite like the theatre. Me, I'd love to go watch Rats. The stage performance of Rats, really, is playing tonight, and we can get a ticket. Guys, come on. Let's go see Rats. I bet it was written, you know, by someone like Andrew Libid Weiber or something, you know. I bet he's got a name for the person who made it. The song Ben. Ben, the two of us need look no more. We don't know what we were looking for. Rather, Les Mis. Oh, it wouldn't be Les Mis, mate. It'd be Les Happy. So, are we going to go see Rats, guys, or are we going to go home? We still haven't had a definitive yet on this. What shall we do? Oh, are we dressed for the theatre? I mean, so far as a superhero, what kind of investigating have we done? We've gone to play at the fairground. We've gone to work. We haven't actually done much investigating. It's all kind of fallen in our lap. Rats it is then. Okay, let's go. Hey, that meeting, do you know what? It'll happen no matter what. So let's just go and enjoy some Rats, shall we? Memories all along. There's even a picture, guys. Look at that. We've even got a picture. Rats. You are in luck, guys. A ticket for tonight's performance has just been handed in. It's not the best seat in the house, but you get a good view of the show. It's all about a group of rats who live in a rubbish tip and sing to each other for amusement. Basically, this is the Basil Great Detective bloody March song, isn't it? That's what this sounds like. This sounds like the you know, have you ever watched that, guys? The Basil, what do you call it? Can't remember now. What was it called? Basil of Baker Street. You guys watch that? Oh, man. Don't believe it. Isn't it? Let's go watch the Rats. Here we go. We're at the show, guys. We're at the show.
My friends, we are about to embark on the most
It's all right show, isn't it?
the most evil, the most diabolical scheme of my illustrious career. A crime to top all crimes. A crime that will live in infamy.
Ah!
Supreme ruler of all Malston.
Aye! Rats! 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 Oh, I love this performance of Rats.
The brain that brought you the Big Ben caper, the head that made headlines in every newspaper.
Vincent Prince, he plays the main lead. Doesn't he?
Now comes the real tour de force. Tricky and wicked, of course. My earlier crimes were fine for
It says the plot is peculiar, you know, but we're taken by the star, Vincent Prince, or Lola Manach, as they're known.
You made it worse than the widows and orphans you drowned. You're the best of the worst around.
All right again! All right again!
The reds fall behind.
All right again! All right again!
The world's greatest criminal line. Big Mouth! Silence!
Vincent Prince, isn't it?
My dear Bartholomew, I'm afraid that you have gone and upset me.
Oh dear.
You know what happens when someone upsets me. The world's great.
Just mouse? No. Rats!
Oh, Felicia, my precious.
All right again!
Even louder! We'll shout it! No one can doubt what we know you can do. You're
Oh, guys, a night at the theatre, isn't it? All right again! All right again! Oh, guys, I love a good performance of Rats at the theatre. Beautiful, guys. That was brilliant. The last scene, it says the lead singer, she is singing in a male's voice. It sounds a bit like Vincent Prince. And you at first thought this character is in a serpent's costume was part of the show. But when he picks her up in the mid-song and runs off the stage with her, you realise that she's actually been kidnapped. And you find a dark corner in the back of the theatre, and we're just enjoying the show. But in fact, we change into our costume, so we can wait outside the theatre for the kidnapper to make his escape, or follow him backstage. You also may remember your resolution and decide against intervening. And you can simply just go home. So we can either leave the kidnapper and just go home and enjoy our pot noodle and a whatever. Or we can wait outside for this kidnapper and grab him. Or we can rush backstage, guys. What do you want to do, guys? What shall we do? Just want to make sure I haven't had a copyright strike. Probably. What shall we do, guys? I don't care. We've just watched Rats, the great musical performance. I think I've lost everybody with that. I think that I pushed it too far. I think everybody's just done one now. They can't handle the rats. Yep. I think the Rats performance was too much for some people. I need to update this. Only goes up to Frozen. Go backstage, yeah? Alright, cheers, mate. Let's go backstage and see what happens. You rush across the stage and disappear into one of the wings after the kidnapper. Stairs lead down to the dressing rooms, and at the foot of the stairs are 3 rooms. Room number 1 has 2 stars on the door. Room number 2 has 1 star and is slightly opened. And room number 3 has got no stars on it. Which room shall we choose? 1, 2, or 3? What do you reckon, guys? I mean, who's to say that he took her to, you know, to her room? Like, surely if you kidnap somebody, you want to leave the building, not keep them in the building. If anything, they'd out the back. Maybe that was actually a part of the show. Maybe, like, we're just being a little bit too cautious, you know? So, room number 1, room number 2, or room number 3? What shall we do, guys? I have a feeling somebody is watching at a lag. I don't know. Slightly open door. Okay, so the one that was slightly ajar is room number 2. Room number 2 was slightly ajar, so we'll go open that then. Here we go. You push the door open and step into an untidy dressing room. Clothes are strewn about the floor and jars of makeup lie open on the dressing table in front of the mirror. But otherwise, the room is empty. You search through the mess for a clue to the serpent's whereabouts, but you don't find anything. Do you want to try room number 1 or room number 3 instead? What do you reckon? Room number 1 now, yeah? Okay. I'm beginning to think we're not very good at this superhero stuff, you know? Evidently, this is the theatre's most luxurious dressing room, normally used by the stars. Elegant drapes line the walls, and a border of light surrounds the mirror, but it is untouched. It looks as though it has not been used for weeks. There is nothing for you to find here. So, do you want to go try room number 3 now? I mean, it's the only option we can do, because we've been in room number 1. Or 2, sorry. So, we have to go up into 3 now. It's our only option. So, let's go do it. The dressing room shows obvious signs of a struggle having taken place recently in the 3rd dressing room. Theatrical clothes, ripped and soiled, lie strewn about the place among smashed bottles of theatrical makeup. Evidently, the kidnapper and his victim had something of a fight here. But where are they now? The open window gives the game away. It leads out into the parking lot behind the theater, and as you poke your head out to look for the serpent, you hear the sound of squealing tires. The serpent has escaped with his victim. You will never catch him now. You change back into your street clothes and go home. Wow, wow. Room number 4. What? So, we go home, we whack on some Kenny G, we go to sleep. We have a good night's sleep. And we set off for work the next morning because, remember, we got to get to work, yeah? And to your great relief, your crime watch does not sound off at all. And you actually arrive before Jonah White does, who is astounded to find you hard at work when he arrives. I bet this is the morning of the meeting, isn't it? You may add 2 luck points. Well, we haven't lost any, as the danger of losing your job has now passed. It's 5 o'clock, and you leave. Will you change into the Silver Crusader and visit the police headquarters to find out why so little has been happening on the crime front all day? Or will you pay a surprise visit to your aunt who lives out in the suburbs? And is her name Aunt May by any chance? Guys, Andrew Lloyd Webber's room. Be careful. What? I don't understand. Okay, guys, what should we do? Should we go visit Aunt May? Or should we go and bust into the police headquarters and say, yo, there's no crime on the streets, guys. What's going on? I need some crime. Can we invent some? So, what should we do? Should we have a nice, relaxing day with family? Or shall we go and put on our costume, Silver Crusader it, down to police headquarters and see what they say? What do you reckon? What's this? Ooh. Oh, hello. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I've just been sent something by somebody, guys. Which I think needs to be shown here. So let me go get it. So, you know how you get all these different AI programs, you know? And if you want to see what something looks like, you type in the AI, whatever. Well, somebody's done that with this book. And I think the results are quite interesting. So we shall show it. Okay. So somebody's typed in our character's name. Okay. And Silver Crusader. And AI has put together a photograph of it. So we shall see, shall we? So this is that's not probably the best one. I think the other one was. So this is the Silver Crusader, Jean or whatever Lafayette. There you go. That's the character, the Silver Crusader, Jean Lafayette. Thanks for that. Police station we're going to, yeah? No one's being saved on our watch. We're going to go to the police station. We're going to bust in as the Silver Crusader. That's what we look like. And we're going to say, yo, where's the crime? I need crime. I can't be going to work again today. Lieutenant Wojak, not Kojak, Wojak, shakes his head enthusiastically as you enter police headquarters. Crusader! Hi! Good to see you. Come into my office. He tells you that apart from the usual muggings, break-ins and auto thefts, he has just had some disturbing news. There has been a well-organized jailbreak at the Woodworm Scrubs, the high-security prison. Marcus Buletta, who was serving a 14-year sentence, climbed over the wall with a rope ladder and escaped in a waiting van disguised as an ambulance. Also, Central Hospital has just reported a strange admission. Someone named Winston Woods, whose head and hands are rough and hairy, like those of a great ape, has just been admitted. What shall we do? We are do good that crime has ended. We are that good that crime has ended, yeah. Guys, what should we do? Should we go investigate the case at the hospital of the hairy ape man? Or should we go shopping is the second option? Or will we tell the police, just keep us informed, mate, and go visit Aunt May? Which of those three options do you want to do? Visit the family and ask the policeman to keep us informed? Go shopping? Or go to the hospital and visit the hairy ape boy? Hairy ape boy it is. Okay. So there's a man admitted to hospital with hairy hands? That is weird. I smell something weird there. You arrive at Central Hospital and ask to see the hairy monkey boy. You are regarded suspiciously and one nurse turns her nose up and says, "Why do you want to know? Are you one of those gutter press reporters?" You show her the emblem on the chest of your costume. I mean, you're dressed in silver, you know, for God's sakes. But she is unimpressed. Finally, a police officer fills you in. Ooh, easy. It's the first time. Yeah, I know who you're looking for, Crusader. Something strange going on here, if you ask me. But the guy died an hour ago. He's gone down to the morgue. There's not much more you can do here, mate. You missed it. Will you leave and head for Aunt May's? Or do you want to check the morgue anyway? Guys, what should we do? Aunt May it or morgue it? What do you reckon? Make friends with the 8-boy. Mate, he's dead. Why do you make friends with him? He's gone. He's passed over to the other hairy side. We're going to go to the morgue. Okay. Let's go visit. Let's go see him. An obliging attendant is happy to show you the body of the mysterious man. He looks up a file and reaches for the handle on the cadaver drawer. His eyes open wide as when he pulls the drawer out. It's empty! He double checks the number, shakes his head. I can't understand it. I put him in there myself. And I've been here the whole time. Well, except for my coffee break when I went to the toilet for 5 minutes. But, like, I've been here the whole time. The trail ends. He's not here. There are no clues as to the whereabouts of the missing body. You leave the hospital. Should we go shopping? Tell the nurse to back off. Yeah, I think Spelsing, you might be behind, mate. She'll get super seeing too. Where will you head now, guys? Do you want to go visit Aunt May? They're really pushing us to go visit Aunt May. Do you want to go visit Aunt May, or do you want to go downtown to see if you can get some tickets for a special concert that Georgie Boy and the Vulture Club are giving? Guys, Georgie Boy and the Vulture Club. Honestly, mate. What's it going to be called? Eh? Oh, my life. Come. Chameleon. This is going to be called, like, not Karma Chameleon. It's going to be like Karma bloody, lizard or something. Honestly. Mental, innit? Georgie Boy and the Vulture Club. We can get tickets to go see it if we want, guys. Do you want to go get tickets for Georgie Boy and the Vulture Club? Or do you want to go see Aunt May? We need to make a decision there. Concert time. So, what do you reckon, guys? Concert? Go see the Vulture Club? Or go see Aunt May? How about we do some crime fighting, or like some like investigating for this meeting? It never does give us the option to go search for stuff. Get the ticket, right? Okay, Georgie Boy and the Vulture Club, it is, guys. We are going. Let's go. Hey, ticket time. Crowds of disappointed fans, guys, are milling around Addison Square Garden. Addison Square Gardens. Addison Square Gardens. Love it. Tonight's concert's been cancelled, guys. Sorry. No. It's been cancelled, guys. Georgie Boy is suffering from facial dermatitis. he could do with some cream on it, couldn't he? And then they could go. You decide instead to go home and rest. That was a bit of a build-up to nothing. Next morning, you don't have to go to work. Why? Is it a weekend or something? Why don't we have to go to work? That's a bit weird, isn't it? So we have choices here. We can go to 7th Avenue to watch the arrival of the president. Where does that come from? Who is paying a visit, right? Arrival of the president who's paying a visit. Okay. Oh, hang on. That's a little bit off, isn't it? A bit weird. The president's coming, guys. We can go see him. To Titan City. Or would you rather go to Whirls Court? It's not Earl's Court. Whirls Court. For a special exhibition of home appliances of the future. That's opening, guys. We got decisions here. We got decisions. They're not even trying to hide the names, are they? We can go to the World's Court for a special exhibition of the home appliances of the future. Or we could go see the president who's coming to town. What do you fancy doing, guys? World's Court, yeah? Should we go see home appliances of the future? What are they going to show us? I cannot wait. The Winternet, innit? Come and see. Come and jump in me taco. We'll go visit the Winternet. The crowds are gathering to get into the exhibition, and a huge banner proclaims, "Appliances of the future. See tomorrow's home technology today." Ooh. As you wander through the exhibitions, there are many excited voices enthusing over the more ambitious gadgets on show. Basically, we're at a bloody Comic-Con. Look at that. It's like an Iron Man dude has turned up as well. Hey? Where's Stan Lee? Is he here? The clothing service station sounds exciting. For example, has a machine which takes in dirty washing, cleans, dries, and irons it, ready to wear. That's pretty cool. A cocktail composer puts together all the ingredients of a cocktail. The perfect opponent is a games playing computer which can learn the rules of any game and will play at 8 different levels of skill as well. How about, can we borrow him for these books by any chance? Robots are there in many forms. A tidy maid remembers where everything goes in a room and will replace everything in its proper position. On a large stand, a man with round glasses and a loud voice is demonstrating his firm's tireless butler. A man-sized android which will do anything for money and do many chores. And you stare at him. His face looks familiar, but you can't quite place him, you know? Oh, flaming error, mate. Gosh. His face looks familiar, but you can't quite place it. The android passes him a cigarette as he is bending down, but catches his hair and moves it slightly. It's a wig. Of course, with a bald head. His identity is obvious. Is it? I ain't got a clue. Although he is not easy to recognize without the cybernetic enhancers he wears on his arms and his distinctive and very dangerous eye goggles, it is most certainly Vladimir Ustoshki, head of fear. Dude, we killed him. The meeting doesn't take place. You quickly nip away to change into a Silver Crusader and return to capture the villain, but he is quick. He sees you coming. Flicks a switch at the back of the android and darts off into the crowd, and a whirring sound comes from the android. It turns towards a man studying its arm and smashes him across the face with a powerful blow. Makes no sense. Screams break out and the android goes berserk, charging into the crowd, arms flaying. What will you do? Do you chase after Utoshki, pursue him, or is your first duty to save the visitors from the berserker android? Meanwhile, I need to do my hair. What do you want to do, guys? Follow the bold git. I mean, Utoshki there. He's there. If we get him, this book is won, isn't it? I'm not married, I'm safe. Follow boss man. So saving the visitors or going after Vladimir? Save them, follow boss man. I mean, I think follow the bold git. That's Utoshki, isn't it? That was the first thing that... Alright then. Okay, so we're going after Vladimir. Vladimir Utoshki. Here at your service. You race after Utoshki through the milling crowds and catch a glimpse of him leaving the exhibition through a fire door. You follow him into an alley. He is nowhere to be seen. He must have run to one end of the alley into the street, but which one? Will you try turning left or right? Which way do you think? He ran out. Which way do you think he went? Left or right? I mean, if I was Vladimir, I'd be a bit of a right man. So I'd probably turn left because I'd favor the right. So you turn. Yeah, that's the thinking I'm thinking, but I don't know. Offer him some premium vodka. He's a lefty. Left, okay. He's a lefty, evidently. You emerge from the alley into a crowded street and look left. You look right. Damn, you can't see him. You run a few paces along the street to search for any signs of him, but it's gone. It's hopeless. He has escaped. He has escaped. Oh well, there's always another time, isn't there? You remember that the president is coming to Titan City today. Do you want to go down to 7th Avenue to watch the presidential cavalcade? Or would you rather not and go watch your favorite football team, the Titan Tigers, play the Metro Mohawks instead? What shall we do, guys? Go see the president or a football game? I don't get it. I don't understand this book. It just starts throwing random stuff at you now, innit? You didn't get him, so let's go watch something. Watch the JFK motorcade. I mean, I got that feeling too. I have a feeling this president's about to snuff it. Dozens of Titan City people have turned out in their thousands to greet the president. No security risk there. They line both sides of the 7th Avenue 6 deep. And the presidential car is still not due to arrive for half an hour. Spirits are high. There is much flag waving and bands are playing in the streets as a prelude to the arrival. Ah, we love you. Will you spend the next half hour in a coffee bar waiting for the main procession to arrive? Or do you want to find a place in the crowd which offers a decent view? Should we just go grab a cup of coffee, or do we want to get there and be one of the first? You know, hey, Mr. President, look over here. You know, check the bookshop depository. Yeah, look for the windows that are open, mate. Get them closed. That should be the first thing. Oh, mate. So what are we going to do, guys? Hang on a second here. You know it. You know it. Where is he? God, he's done so much. What we're going to do, guys, check the crowd. Look for the grassy knoll. Guys, none of these are what you're saying. Is it? Guys, what are we going to do? It's coming. We're going to be at the front crowd to watch this procession coming in, mingle in with the crowd. Okay. It's on its way, I feel. They're coming. You fight your way through the crowd until you reach a spot where you can just about see the cars arrive up the avenue over the heads of the crowd in front of you. Guys, it's coming. Hey? He's on his way. "20 minutes later, the procession arrives and cheers are up from the crowd as the president's car approaches. It's coming. You catch sight of a man in front of you struggling with something. His hand comes free and he's holding a gun and he's preparing to point it at the president. You are in your street clothes. You cannot use your superpowers, even though you've got the muscles already, but whatever. You must do something to prevent the man getting a shot at the president. You leap on him from behind. You jump him from behind. Guys, what's going on here? We jump him from behind. Secret Service did it. Right, we got to fight him. He's got 1 less skill than us. Well, no, sorry, he hasn't, because we've got 13. So he's got 6 less than us. He's got a skill of 7, basically, and a stamina of 6. We better get this done quick. So he has to minus 6 off his dice roll. He rolls a 7. He has 1. So we've got to roll higher than 1. We roll a 6. He loses 5 stamina. He's down to 1. Guys, we're going to do this. He rolled an 8. Minus 6 is 2. We roll a 3. He loses 1. He's dead anyway. And it was within 2 combat rounds. And it says after the second round of combat, we killed him within 2. So it doesn't matter. What is the book trying to bullshit us with now? We killed him. You temporarily release your grip on him. He's dead. It don't matter. And he manages to shove you aside. He's dead man walking now. Just as the president's car draws past, he aims the gun. Dude, we killed him. Why has he come back from the dead? The president, he shoots. The president falls. Honestly. Bang, bang, bang. You leap on him again to finish the battle. Well, we killed him, so we don't. We killed him before he could have done that. President's dead, guys. Some bullet BS, isn't it? Hey? Stevie? Wonder? What are you writing, mates? We killed him within 2 rounds, and yet it still had us do that. President's dead, guys. Isn't it? I mean, I didn't know him, so it doesn't mean much to me. Right, let's get back to it, guys. You hauled the unconscious assassin out of the crowd towards the president's car. Swarms of police are surrounding the car, and in the distance you hear an ambulance siren approaching. One of the president's bodyguards is listening for a pulse. He looks up and shakes his head. Nah, we lost him. But the police... He shakes his head. In your street clothes, you cannot get near the body. But the police listen to your story and take the assassin from you. One of them talks to another one who talks to another one standing in the car. They seem to be considering your story. Word gets back to you. Something strange is going on. You saw this guy fired at the president as he fell, someone asks. Then how come the bullet that killed him came from a high-powered rifle, not the Magnum your man was carrying? What? Whoa, hang on a second here. What's going on? You are mystified as they are and agree to go downtown to answer their questions. Surely they don't recognize our face? Like, do we have our face covered when we're the Silver Crusader? It was Oswald. He was a nutball. Oh well, back to Disneyland. I mean, come on, what is this? One thing is clear, though. This book is weird. One thing is clear, your assassin's bullet did not kill the president. The president's dead. Was he merely a decoy? Hang on a second. What is going on? Oh, Steve's smoking something when he writes this. You puzzle over this as you leave the station and head for home. I mean, what is going on? Guys, what is going on? It's bullshit, isn't it? Just don't get it. You set off for home to take some well-deserved rest. The prospect of the fear meeting is weighing heavily on your mind, but for the moment you are well advised to relax for one evening. We haven't lost any stamina, so we don't get to recover any. Next morning we wake up, not by our alarm clock, but by the crime watch. This time the message is longer than normal and it repeats itself repeatedly. Reliable information. Fear meeting. Today. Whereabouts. Unknown. You spring out of bed. It's today! It's 9 a.m. We know it's 9 a.m. But where? Do you have any clues as to where the meeting is? We can go look at Peter Parker Airport. We can stay in town. Or we can head towards the waterfront, guys. Like, that's the first time the waterfront's been mentioned. But Peter Parker Airport we've heard before. Somebody was supposed to be coming in. Oh yeah, we've been there. It was a madman who stole a DC-10. Guys, what are we going to do? Head into town? Head towards the waterfront for some obscure reason? Or Peter Parker Airport, guys? What do you reckon? What do you want, guys? What shall we do, guys? What shall we do? Hey, Matt G's back! Great, mate. We're waiting for a decision here. I got a good feeling. The waterfront. Mate, the waterfront. That's the first time this thing has been mentioned in the book. So, what is that? Oh, I'm trying to see what your profile picture is, mate. I can't really make it out. Let me have a look at this. It's a man in front of something giving the fingers. Oh, okay. Never mind. We are meeting Marlon Brando on the waterfront. Guys, what are we doing, eh? Airport. I think this one needs a poll, guys. This one needs a poll. Where are we going? Yeah? This one needs a poll. So we can go to the waterfront for some obscure reason. We can stay in the town, okay? And probably go to see a cinema trip or something. Or we can go to Peter Parker Airport. We are looking for clues because we just found out that the meeting is today. So it's time detective work. We gotta find out where. Where is it? Time to find out. Place your bets on the poll. Okay. This is it. Which reference we at? Mate, that's cheating. Come on. Right. Let's go check out that poll now. End the poll. Here we go. The poll says waterfront. We're going to go to the waterfront for a random reason because the waterfront has never been mentioned in this adventure today so far. It's just been mentioned now. Are you anticipating the meeting? Yeah, at 9 a.m. we are, but we don't know where. You know? If so, you will know what time you ought to arrive to catch the meeting in progress. 9 a.m. Add this time to today's date. Do you know what date it is today? Fuck. Turn to the reference corresponding to this number. Has anybody clocked today's date, guys? Apart from Fear Meeting Day, I don't think that you can actually do anything with that. Guys, I mean, typically waterfronts are where we can get sketchy deals done. Yeah, I have seen it. Today's Sunday. Well, what number would that be, mate? Like, what is today's date? I've not seen a date. We read a newspaper. We read a newspaper, but it never said a date. It never gave us a date. It's never mentioned like, hey, it's Thursday the 5th. Has it? I don't know. I don't think it ever has. I know it's fear meeting day, but that's never been associated with a number apart from 9 a.m. So it says here, you add the number of the time, which we know is 9, to today's date, and that is the reference we need to turn to. 27th Monday, right? You reckon that, Spelsing? I hope. Mate, are you cheating here, mate? Do you know the answer because you've read it that many times? 36 will be the number, won't it? 9 plus 27, that's 36, isn't it? If this doesn't make sense, we've lost this, mate. Nope. You change and return to question the officer who immediately snaps to attention when he recognises you. That makes no sense, mate. We weren't with a policeman. So it says here, if the resulting reference makes no sense, turn to this page. I think it's the first day after weekend just gone. Well, what happens if we just turn to page 9? Like, does that make any sense? You establish line of sight. Nope. Guys, we've lost it, mate. We've lost it. Nobody clocked the dates. I didn't even know if it said the date, to be honest. So we must turn to a page because it made no sense. You know what this means? It's hopeless. You do not know where fear is holding its meeting, and you have no chance of finding it in such a short time. You find a convenient spot, curl up and blow your head off. Change into your street clothes and hail a cab. The driver has his radio on, and as he chats away, the radio splutters and fizzles. The music dies, and an unscheduled announcement interrupts the program. We interrupt this program to bring you exciting news. Who knew the date was important? Yeah. Didn't really... A steely voice with a sinister tone speaks slowly and clearly. I need some background for this. We need some background for this. Okay. I got the perfect one. Perfect one. I just hope I've got it. Okay. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Oh, where's... Here we go. Citizens of the world, do not attempt to retune your receivers. This message is being broadcast on all frequencies, simultaneously in all languages, to all areas of the globe. Along with this song. My name is Vladimir Yutoshki. I am known as the Titanium Cyborg. My organization is known to you as the Federation of Euro-American Rebels, or FEAR for short. My message is this. We have taken control of the Star Wars satellite, which orbits the Earth. We demand the unconditional surrender of all your governments and military establishments. I hope somebody doesn't think this is legitly a threat to Earth, like on my channel that I'm doing. This is just a book we're reading, guys. All your governments and military establishments, and the submission of all citizens to our leadership. Any resistance will be dealt with harshly. Our satellite will obliterate, one by one, the major cities of the Earth. It is set on Earth, then. It is set on Earth. As proof of our power, Titan City will be exterminated in exactly 30 seconds, unless you pay $1 million. We demand $1 million. Oh, we demand $1 million. Your heart sinks. This is a major F up, isn't it? You have failed to stop the fateful meeting of fear. The whole world must now pay the penalty because we decided to go to Disneyland instead and go watch Rats the Musical. Guys, this is it. This is it. Oh well, should we go see Aunt May? Go spend our last days with her. You sneak away from the waiting crowd, change costume, and make for home. You have had enough of this exhausting day, and that fear dude can just go, what, do one. You slump in front of the telly to watch a bit of Netflix with a cold beer in hand. Ah, well. I'll be alright because I'm superhuman. Everyone else, though, you may add 6 stamina points for the rest. Guys, the book ain't over. Book ain't over, guys. You may add 6 stamina points for the rest. We haven't lost any, so we don't add any. The next morning, you leave for work early. You catch a bus, but to refresh yourself... Oh, hang on, wait, no. I'm reading... Sorry. I'm reading. That's so confusing, guys. No, it is over. The book is over. We did die then. Sorry. I was reading the next paragraph there as if it was to carry on. That was so... Like, I thought it went from there up there. It doesn't. We are dead. It is gone. That's it, guys. Superhuman day over. Wow, wow. Can we fly around the world and turn back time with super strength? Guys, yeah, we could actually. We could. Like, we did have the ability to fly, and if we do the Superman, 4 thing or Superman 3 thing, we should be able to, but, Don't give us the option, do you, Steve? Selfish. Anyway, that was a really good book. I really enjoyed that. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to Rebel Planet, guys. We're dropping the comic book superhero and we're picking up aliens instead. So that will be a good one. The Rebel Planet, guys. The Rebel Planet. And Thundercrotch, Soul Puncher, will be coming back instead of Scarlet Witchy whatever. So bring him back. There we go. He's back. I'm going to make the stream 4 then now. Let me get rid of these. So hang tight, guys, before you go anywhere. We're going to set this up now. Schedule a stream. Yeah, let's reuse those settings actually. 2024 Rebel Planet. So obviously this stream is available. That's not how you spell planet. This stream will be available to people still. See how dark it is now, can you? In this room. Right, so next I'll do everything later. Don't know. A lot of different settings here has happened. Public. So today is the 14th. So we're talking the 28th, guys. 28th of Jan. I can't remember if it's PM or AM. So I'm pretty sure it'd be PM. Not the AM one, because that would be like 12:01 AM. I mean, whoa, what's it done here? Right, so that's that setup. So let me drop the link to that one. Yeah. Because that actually hasn't... Still got the thumbnail. The old thumbnail. Let me change that to a Rebel Planet. Then drop the link. So here's the link, guys, for our next adventure. Obviously, it's probably dropped in Discord as well, but click on that link, put a thumbs up to like it, and all that jazz. And guys, I really appreciate you coming and joining. I really appreciate everything. Appointment with fail, basically, yeah. Basically, isn't it? Rebel Planet is quite an interesting one. It's a bit. I think it's a bit like Total Recall myself, but yeah, this one I enjoy this one actually. This is a good one. I appreciate your time, Spellsing. You know, you'll have to miss the next one, but you fellas have fun. Oh, sorry about that, mates. Sorry to hear that. 28th, actually. We might have to do it next week, actually. 28th, I've actually, I think, got something planned. It can't be next week. Oh, it could be next week. Guys, would you prefer to do it next week instead of the 28th? So that way Matt G could join. But then, actually, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I prefer next week. Matt G says he prefers next week. Let's do it next week, guys. And that will make up again for me, you know, last week. Okay? So, next week, next Sunday, the 21st, boom. Okay? We are doing it. That's a special treat. So even if you go click that link, it still will say, oh, it already has changed, live in 6 days. Boom. There we go, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for oh, my voice is getting old now. Thank you so much for coming along and joining in. We're gonna have a little bit of I need something. Who else is oh, I don't know. Don't matter. I was gonna have some music to outro us, but never mind. It don't matter. Guys, thank you so much for Rhymester, Matt G, Spellsing, Flamin' Heron, Wargaming Dad was here. I don't want to miss anybody out here. Rhymester, I think I already said. Flamin' Heron, I said. Tony, thank you so much for coming in. Jerky Jacko, Empire, thank you guys for showing up. Pardon me. And I know we're missing a few people, but thank you all for showing. I really appreciate that. There you go. That's me sending you love, guys. And I'll see you all next week, guys. 12 noon, same time, same location. Here we are for Rebel Planet. Thank you so much, guys. And I'm going to do the outro now that we have for the end. But I'll still be here, guys. I'm still here. Even though we got a 3-minute countdown. I'm still here, guys. So that's all ready for next time now. Oh, my bum hurts. That sounds so weird. Ooh, right. Unplug. Because I need the extra USB. Guys, for anybody who follows me over on Twitch, I will be live this week. I think it's Friday, the 19th. I think. Let me go check. Don't quote me until I check. It is Friday, but it's going to be at 9 a.m. Okay, because I need to start early. Because I need to finish early. Oh no, it's not at 9 a.m. I need to start late. Sorry, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Sorry, not 9 a.m. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Oh, but yeah, I've got a special like preview thing to showcase. So it'll be fun because I've never used it before, so should be fun. Anyway, guys, take care. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I'll see you all next time. All right? Out.